Okay, abusuaba mu akɔ abasonko so ɛreba ɛyɛ Ghana politics avenue so. Abusua yɛmbonra ɛyɛ yɛnsɛm mu. Ɛyɛ former NPP appointee abusua ɛnrada yakɔ akɔ stopino sɛ enka odwane ɛfiri Ghana ha sei. No ne case ewo OSP wa say investigations eguso ekoso a enrada no ewo airport no ya assign no asan so season the passport anka odi dwane free Ghana ha say akotena abrochira abusia enye asem keto akra former NPP appointee sisi ano breaking news a yen so ye de brema enye asem keto akra Ransford Cable ache e de honsem bi ababeto dwa na one Ivan Chi enso atnase Galamsey issues ekoso no Ivan Chi a drop a hot expose bia ese konso na ye kokoti eno nso can subscribe like share ma afofron so ensa into me enka aha Ghana politics avenue so and don't forget to click on the notification bell send be any updates be drop bia no onso onsa ebe to me aka medamase
ebinyati etina jese ne etiene no. Okay, Edward Cranty, a former chief executive officer, Minerals Income Investment Fund, Eternity and Myth. Report to Nichrimwa. Na oya board in Kakrao a year na aja watukwai na ofa kutuka International Airport and Ranajo Tuesday. Na menoka say security agencies no oma block papa no travel no. Tenra airport one man say there be Accra untimi nko isan say onsem bia bedi ha ekobase jama kwa na afi ne kwahwe akira kwan there be eti Edward Cranty, a former chief executive officer, Minerals Income Investment Fund, Medoka say report ni chirimoa enra aye 29th Accra agene passport agene bibia ontimi ntukwan for now until say near security agencies na hwehwe on honom no bibia betimi awie peye na afi etimi akoyanim then enema bi koso kakra ala betimi amana ayi na fi honom
related to Galamsey, the devastating impact and the kwanya faswa we had a situation a UTAG declare strike over it, and several other institutions declare their intention to strike over some of these things. Ghana Medical Association issued statement, and several other outfitter. BI are very much concerned because we now had a level of degradation, environmental destruction, and some people were profiteering from those enterprises. They didn't even see say I didn't wrong. And I know the sad aspect of it, and say you sign Koswa China for because they have the finance. China as a communist state. My culture says when an individual come into your country and as a private company, but men never been say you are dealing with a private company. You are dealing with the whole communist state because state, state-owned enterprises. Everything you see, are state-owned. So they send people out there. They have the backing. That is why a Chinese company can come here and engage in business. The amount of money signing hydro coin, said the money was coming from the state, and that's for any private entity, those kind of stuff. So these people have a lot of money and agreed into for no attach and more goose to the sense say so to extent and not say so yet to about we na amount for expect say all of a sudden the situation will change. And I think that for now we had a level of distraction over the years now. It's not something overnight, over 2 years now, I'll stop it. But I think that we have some of the mitigating effort that has been set in motion by government and I'm fast or more dealing with the situation to a certain extent. And I think that is quite commending because I'm making it quite clear. Said those your friend is saying community mining now for use as a guide, and as a modest guy say at the year some of these things now completely it has been overhauled. And why I bet you will semi-cram legal license in the name of community mining today illegal, and those individuals have been banned from your friends engaging in any activities your friends are mining. And then proper procedures and omudi go so person we mine na maka say gold no form no we den nipa betu enti the state will have to come out with systems na your friend say and hye begu ho a you be make sure say people will do responsible mining any effect on the environment, because we cannot be mining in the water bodies or among for the chemicals, and as for some of the chemicals and among for using some are unregulated because your chemicals are better use the chemicals are in use. And some of these things are running into our river bodies. Fish and then as a form nipa de sene be kwa we sa near man and nsuo ne nasefo nom. So at the end of the day you realize say among for kidneys and me being at the hospital, I know say one of the major issues Akroma has to do with kidney disease and liver disease in this kind of way because of nearma yedi ekwayem ne nasefo nom. Unconsciously carbon but you are buying poison without even knowing, all because of some of these things. So I think that the fight must be very aggressive. It doesn't matter. Sa near way, you need this in your NPP. Now me, I don't care even if the vice president is doing it. As long as it is illegal, not a devastating impact on the life of the people of this country. No, government have no other option than to ensure, say, they adopt a radical approach just to ensure, say, you bet me too sad way. I say, say na yes, no. Some people free say, oh, MPP for no move to NT and ya buy na ba yenso aduru yeso. That is the kind of nonsense that I think we must stop. And yes, na you give people free way. After the business to the best chance about your business. So the AC can this impact no any NDC, any MPP. At the end of the day, Ghana for them, and the various security agencies they are also doing. I think that there must be proper coordination before now. Abayebe meji omunyina dia kom no. You saw a lot of task force and as for we saw me free her, we free me free her, and some people who are not even supposed to be going there no took advantage and they were even seizing gold and as for it's good said ne Abayama a central team said this team is responsible for making sure say they go run just to ensure that the proper things are done. Yes. I think that you see, we need to enhance this effort. Now you're managing very open, credible. Information must flow. Because I can tell you that one of the areas that are buying society pressure or power, now your energy. Yes. Another power sector has a bit stabilized. Yes. Now everything is shifting into this mining illegal to the energy sector and your friends saying mining sector and that's the phone. I think that you see, on the other side, there has been a lot of goodwill on the side of President Mahama because the economically things have picked up. Hope is once again back on UTA media review now. So now team said Neema as I say pick up. But you see, this is one side. The one where it will take away all the success because I had never Akuma a Wagana for Akuma. So I think it doesn't matter where Nipa no more where their political affiliation or alliances, the kind of association, then as for me, those things are inconsequential. The person who say we are able to protect your fence, your forest, and as for them. And this is not mind-boggling. Say about Tenassi president to be a forest reserve. There is a reason why we call it forest reserve. No, Yama man for munko to gold. So the decision to block all these avenues now, because I'm sure some of the forest now, forest reserve, and I won't mean and go where mining, you know. People have been blocked from going into those mining areas and there be said the Mexicano say you're making sure that individuals na form you be prosecute or more amana serve as a deterrent. There will always be enough incentive for people to go into some of these areas. I think that the prosecution, you can't once this prosecution must be very visible. Sabi a man for who said people are going to jail for doing some of these things. What is the motivation for be or China and be free in the Akroma? And they know say we are Akroma, I am Ranich, so we are foreigner. You have no business dealing with your friend saying a small scale mining. That's true. Yet these people are doing. Do you know say the interior minister and soldier for 17 gold bars? Yeah. Estimation price about 1.7 billion. If it's $1 million. One commodity Burkina Faso in as for all these yes, all these things near my $1.7 million so and think security for a year vigilant and care. What I say, how lucrative this enterprise is. And me, I'm happy the gold board has come. And we see, Adebakon is among for fun, Sam Trakeke. That is why I think that communication is very, very important. You see, IMF Sikana Yakwaji who did day for 3 good years. Yeah. Sasika no win him the door. Na 3 billion. Yeah. the Samejamfi outfit, the gold board, within 6 months has generated $5 billion. Which is more than Sikana IMF. Munya say Montana ha Munya say Munya Manfuadi, Munya say Ansania Mam 3 billion. No. Within 6 months, this entity agency alone has generated 5 billion, which is more than the IMF they mine. What I say, and she say Bia Obian who how to do your things and as for a children is one sector. You're regulating it properly. A benefit you be and now yet high seeding in as for stabilizing thanks to some of these things because forex air flow in as a forum. So we must not allow some of these foreign individuals in as a forum. Baba said near my mind. So I think the ecosono they need to ensure say you make it system going very radical. Not any disincentive for beer uncle yes man because Galamsey it doesn't matter baby agina then people will not allow, people will not agree because the impact and the destruction is so heavy. So I think the government will have to activate in the vigilance, no making sure agencies and institutions that are involved, because why I say with the clearly you could see that the motivation is that and I didn't think it's a police for and that is the that is the whole motivation of the country because NPP for no mood 2 years or 3 years so but this time the narrative is changing. We don't care whether you belong to NDC or NPP. The enemy say Galamsey no stop it, and that is the commitment the whole Ghana for say we are stopping Galamsey. Exactly what I say
because any man NPP before you
yes,
we take advantage of the 2% repeated
the same thing. So yan to abasa ye be swap individuals. Ye to abasa ye stop the negative way na echo. So I think people must bear. Now who said there are proper ways so person we are mining na obi ansi wo kwan go through the proper channels. Now you make sure say yeah. Now na China for na say for mama beje sa niema we nyina te no. So e dey le be ma foreign anya you find enough motivation so kwhye nwuram. There was a time I mean video be in the middle of a forest. And o makoto filling station o mo hye nwura num no mutu Galamsey e wo ho. Obi akura enim so o mo hye ho. You see, these people will have a lot of motivation to do some of these things. I think, sir, I see I'm making a high risk venture. So going forward, I'm challenging, sir, prosecution should not be happening on the district level. Say a happen crana. We need to let people know, say, name a koso. Sabaya people who know, say, Absumo Sikoye Galamsey or the prison. Man will send a loud message to people out there. And for me, if you're able to do some of these things, a bit I can't deny a building because one of the best initiatives of President Mahama by what Teki has to do with say, or setting up this gold board and individuals cannot go out there and sell gold. Gold be a person must go through a central pool. That is the gold board na establishing. Gold board cotton gold na sikana own to be jana bontin or the bar and the money goes straight to Bank of Ghana. So you have enough forest. And that is why now we have kwanya faswa your forex cost within this short period over by 11 billion and as a forma which means 2.7 billion that means near ma shase a pick up ni nyina na koma nyina okoport na ese ate near ma so koto ade na yeteswa impact in bia no.
And so, Port to cry story about how I said the man is almost the first half of this year. Okay. January to June, no. Yeah, export over $13 billion.
Yes.
Almost say a year over 56% higher than last year first half.
Yes, never koye and cocoa board or nano head numbers as compared to their cost. So all the agents near my chassis near my chassis I'm telling Ghana for say we are not out of the woods yet, so there is no time to celebrate. But what two near team say near my within this short period. And let me come to the media budget review.
Before Obekono, Yamfa Galamsey in update on is the Western Regional Police Commander, my friends is here now. I'm told on in the team a movie site was here. Okay. And the National Security boss also are calling for reinforcement. Okay. So okay. I think reinforcement for police for says it's here now. I'm gonna call clash of the what they say. Because Galamsey has to be more than we see in here. More security men the situation is under control. Yeah, but I think from the national level. I think that narrative go around the church there is this kind of disconnection among various security agencies. And disconnection as per se because one, what from Babi Etino, you know information power. Okay. Enra, so for be meeting come or say ni nadam for be nuanum no me Galamsey ni bi. And that Galamsey is telling them say the local security for no eto de bia operations be kono na obi akoma tip off.
Okay.
And he said ebia IGP Accra National Security Coordinator Accra na opesi ehunu so no so ye adwuma. Say me mama adwuma na say mo ba akoma tip off
or to get the job done.
Some so me mama microphone fi Accra ko operations.
So which means within the security there is a problem.
And now I think say the mining area no the minister so SF fato no so no push security capos no say at least every 3 months be an reshuffle.
You change them. Yeah, that would be better.
Regional district ni nyina omunya reshuffle. Or the mining districts in communities and regions no. Anya sa pa dia to the be an nipa ho asem Canada.
Yes.
But what you say?
Yeah. So I think say and now we are Ghana ni now to near. You see the signs once again hope return it. Cause the last time Bettina Hannah you have a conversation about the economy no me catch how another outlook look so bleak out there. All the credible rating agencies out there rated Ghana junk. We were knocked out of the offense in the commercial space. Ghana could not even go out there to say Akuffo bond and I Bobosia because ya Bobosia yam family yan sadia ka ebugu so. And the finance minister is back reporting to Ghana for say a katuchiri dia negu Ghana for so na ya kanam over bear 728 billion and over no. Because of how they've been able to manage the city well, Ekano, Eswati, about over 613 billion. And for me, that is very, 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 very important. Yes, Ghana for celebrating some of these things. A child say, Hushem, na ye timi buani manage your currency well with all the factors and variables. I can come ebe coming back to your friend saying, Abwayina. Unim say, IMF, MIA projection say, in the next 10 years, as a Ghana for yet to meet your debt from your debt to your GDP, no, in the next 10 years, we should be able to reduce you to 45%.
Okay.
Within 6 months, we are now hovering around 43. So something that is supposed to be done in 10 years has been done within 6 months. And for me, that is phenomenal. Because a child said, decision near man course within that short period, you know, because there was a timer. April na Ghana, your currency way was the best performing currency according to Bloomberg, the whole of the world. A child says, Sanyama Kosa, a boy, so all the Yati Neman, so Yati cement, Yati ways, you know, all because of some of these things that are coming up. You understand? And inflation said, and yes, you got to a point, a Bank of Ghana governor that's sorry free the man or Prentisika. Your Koyama inflation could over 54. Every another foreign reserve, Nasa for inflation, and if we are hovering around 13, when end of year projection, Minister near 11 unia from 11 to your friend is saying 13 we almost there. We can go back to the single digit inflation number President Melso Pencil yet minya sustaining then you see people are really managing the economy with only the differences among kasa because I mind by a maintain economic management team baby I'm for a title or more day. But you see, the signs are quite clear. And for me, I think that is very important. Maybe our videos by catch or say bank like NIB, Agu, a bank like ADB, the same thing. They were just the government decided to merge the two. Now, the government came back and told us, and they have recapitalized these banks with 400 million, billion, Ghana cedis.
Okay, so for your information on ADB made a profit. I make a profit of 230 million.
Exactly.
230 million.
Good.
This year.
Exactly.
Within 6 months.
Yes.
ADB.
Yes.
I Ghana dia. I bind dia. I make a profit of 230 million.
Yes. Nipa no minimum can they merge these two banks? I'm gonna buy one. Because nipa the seniboni team pose obegu all the local government winning in amane dia akoye because there was no sense in collapsing some of these enterprises. Come and catch up banks facing liquidity challenge. Even in America about 2 years ago, about 4 banks, Republic, your friend saying Signature and several other banks, and yeah, some of these challenges. And what they do is that quickly the state will move in or find a good buyer. Then you infuse capital, you save amount for sick and so forth. And that's exactly and NIB. Apart from this recapitalization, are you aware that buying shares? I want Nestor Ghana. We're pushing in, over 1.5 billion. We're pushing in, to support it. And I just see push it. Your friend is saying, bond government a floating bond in there 1. Your friends are 5 billion. And in we are sana no de enuma nipa over 900 workers and what save more and a deposited fund of about 6.1 billion and also what save. This is some of the smart way of doing things. In your sending in a good bank in as a fuako. And we are minority. Now some say when I was once in a hunty and I demonstration, I petition where sometimes and I say my culture, the NPP has still lost connection with the people of this country. They don't even know when to react and what to do at what point in time, because you see the reason why they left parliament and they say, and your friend said there was basa ye ewo ablekuma. Enti aban until so baby be on Montana parliament. But these people are back to parliament discussing the same thing. Almost they are discussing the budget. You see how funny they are. And some of them it's not as if nothing is being done. No. IGP the statement about until some individuals have been arrested. An investigation is ongoing. Yet these same jokers here the way. I want to touch mind. What happened? People were shot dead. And yet basa kekeo. Nano elections here, they killed people. I also was wagon. I still fresh on our mind. You see, he who comes to equity must come with your friends clean hands. These people supervised over some of these things. It got to a point we even set up a committee and president white paper to even give it a pass, or to baby Obianka. And you go through a pointer. I not try to do something about the air cost. Then you say I'm boycotting parliament. I'm now in your proceedings. Who cares? And I'm saying they could not sit there and listen because never nana air corner. They could have done better. Unim say IMF sikafana disbursement na SNKeba. Aba hete Ghana account. Third trench, hete Bank of Ghana account on the 1st of January. From 1st to 6th, I'll hand it over to President Mahama. Nasikano a 0 account.
That's 4.5 billion Ghana.
Yes, within 6 days.
Within 6 days.
Yes.
So 1st to 6th January.
Yes.
On the 7th of January, President Mahama sees. So
yes.
4.5 billion.
Everything, not even a single city. You can ask the finance minister. Nothing. Over that's what he is answering way. You can sit down and listen. You understand? And again, look at the numbers, the statistics, everything returning back. We say, now man for a casa Akuffo Addo more money. But kind of track. But within these 6 months, here's the NMC turning out. You can point to actual figures and statistics just to give credence to that particular assertion. And these are quite clear. And all the rating agencies declare Ghana junk, Are you aware that Moody's are rating Ghana higher and you buy a name? Fitch, your friends, S&P, all of them. So when you do these things, I give you certain credit worthiness. You can return to the commercial space and become credible. So Bobo see now floating bond. So in a few
political highway, so a year. Former NPP appointee and I just say Yachin or airport anka Ojane a free Ghana say obe face prosecution tino ka Ojane amasisia Yachin or asanso SCZ the passport enye asam keto akra yabra masa samoje pene kokotisa and some way edema aha Ghana politics avenue so madamase.